All right, hello. So a little something different today. We're going to watch this movie, this Count Me In movie, documentary on Netflix. Yeah, it's a Netflix documentary. It's about drummers. I don't know much more about it than that, but I have predictions. We are going to play a nice game of Ringo. Get it? Bingo, but Ringo. So these are I just did this because I thought it might be like a fun, like a silly way to make this a little more interesting. Because I have no idea what to expect. I don't know if I'm going to sit here in silence through this whole movie, or if I'm going to sit here and make commentary about all the stuff they're talking about, or what. I have no idea because I've never watched the movie. I don't know. But I thought we would play some Ringo Bingo to make things more interesting. And so these are the drummers that I think will appear in the movie. I Whether they're interviewed or they show a clip of them or whatever, I've just made my little score sheet so that I'll mark it off if they appear in the movie. Here's what I got. I got Steve Jordan, Sheila E., Dave Weckl, Neil Peart, Hal Blaine, Vinnie Colaiuta, Steve Smith, Jeff Hamilton, Mitch Mitchell, Stuart Copeland, Greg Bizanet, J.R. Robinson, Ringo gets center square because it's Ringo Bingo. Peter Erskine, Evelyn Glennie, Buddy Rich, Cindy Blackman, Lars Ulrich, Jeff Porcaro, Max Weinberg, Kenny Aronoff, Abe Laboriel Jr., Jim Keltner, Chad Smith, and Charlie Watts. And we'll see if I win Ringo Bingo. You want to play along? We can play along. You can play along. Make your own little squares. It's 25 squares. Fill it in with the drummers you think will be in the movie, and then, we'll see what happens. But anyway, let's see what we got in this movie. Count me in. Click it. Great point. Starting right at the beginning. I might put this on Patreon. I don't know. I might put like me watching it through the whole thing. Like this is going to be edited, but I can put the whole thing up.
And every time they went to Gene, he was slamming.
Yeah, Gene Krupa. Oh, I didn't put him on here.
They were snapping. And I just thought that it seems like the coolest thing in the world to play and...
That's so funny. I could have sworn I put Gene Krupa on here, but I didn't. Old Gino. Do coke till you get it.
We used to have bath nights.
Nico McBrain.
My dad was there.
Not on my list.
And they loved to iron, which was great. My mum loved it. I mean, that's why she married him.
Joe Morello.
No, who's that on the drum set?
Not on my list. What the fuck?
Oh, that's Joe Morello, son. I said, that's good, isn't he? I said, I just want to be like him. You'll never be as good as Joe Morello.
I put a notch for every drummer I didn't remember.
That's me, though.
Nice glasses. No Tommy Lee. I suck at this, by the way.
Which is one of the first.
Oh my God. One of my favorite drummers of all time, Roger Taylor, not on my fucking list.
That's great. You know, when you
year-old.
Stuart Copeland.
Sandy Nelson.
Finally.
The records focused on the. They just looked so cool.
Chad Smith.
You know, when you're young and impressionable, everything about it was mysterious and
That's
magical
true.
and dangerous. You gotta remember at this time, you know, rarely were people on television and you looked at the records, the actual
That's
albums,
true back
and you
then.
opened them up. So it really left a lot to your imagination.
For me, it was watching music videos on MTV, seeing the drummers on music videos on MTV. That's why they gave all those dudes huge drum sets, because they wanted to sell more huge drum sets.
Like my mum's cooker.
Yeah, my parents made me do pillows.
My mum's cooker, right?
I'd put pillows on the ground, like 4 or 5 pillows all arranged. Beat the crap out of those. Could listen to Nico McBrain tell stories for hours.
Had goalie pads. He was a hockey
Oh,
player.
nice.
I did that for like a year.
Yeah, play all over hockey
Finally,
pads.
They're like, okay, I think she's serious. We'll buy her a drum set.
Yeah,
When my happiest kid in the universe.
that's Cindy, right?
And I'll never forget that little kit because it was one of those drum kits that you get from Sears and Roebuck's, you know, and it was, I call it a Beatles kit because it had a picture of the Beatles on the front, you know, and it was made of cardboard and paper.
Mine was from J.C. Penney, and it was made of
And it
wood.
took about a day for me to tear that up.
Yeah, I bet.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And here comes Ringo. Jim Keltner.
And I'm hearing Cynthia say, "Come on, you gotta watch this."
They just said, look how fucking fun he is.
Looking back at that early
Hey.
footage, again, there's this fire, this intensity to the way Ringo played and would splash them.
See, when I was a kid, I wasn't, and even as a teenager, I wasn't all into Ringo. It wasn't I was like, big deal. But as you get older, you mature and you learn a little bit more about playing.
Energy, the fire with which he's
Like
playing,
Ringo
driving that band. And when you remember
set
that
the
they had
stage,
a hard time
man.
hearing each other, but he was laying down the beat.
He cut
driving
a
that band.
trail for a lot of
To
dudes.
me, there's nobody like him.
Nonsense. But the ambition was R&B, and everyone was listening to, the old blues records.
Everybody
Muddy
was,
Waters,
all the way
Lightning Hopkins,
all the way up
Howlin'
till
Wolf, and so on.
till now. I
We
mean,
listened to the music. We made it our own.
you look at like
We messed around
Motorhead.
with it, and we sent it back to America.
It's just rock and roll on speed.
And America loved it.
That's what they were for a while.
Do I
you know,
count
so
Charlie
it's
Watts
right
because he
here.
mentioned him?
And that's kind of naturally the way it goes. They packaged it in a way that
I feel like that doesn't count.
ate it up.
Charlie, it's about the groove, dude. Don't, all that other shit.
I think I'm about to get
Just hit that magic.
my last one
spot
here is
of-
Kenny Aronoff. I think I'm gonna get Bingo real
whatever it
quick.
is. Of course, they got excellent.
God, that bass drum sounds good.
If you listen to the beginning of Honky Tonk Woman,
Is he gonna talk about that bass drum?
It starts out at a
Oh.
certain tempo. And this is the great Charlie Watts, one of the best all-time drummers ever. And by the end, he's probably like, if it starts at 103, he's probably at 109 or something. But you don't sit there and go, oh God, that song's really speeding up. It just
That's how a lot of
naturally-
good, great music is. Not that I'm a huge Stones fan, but like that's how like a lot of like Latin music, calypso music, soca. Well, maybe not soca. It's all electronic now, but build up the pace a little bit. Gets a little bit faster.
Eventually, after 4 years old.
Oh, they got video of it. That's so cute.
I remember getting a drum kit at the age of 6. I lived in a tiny.
This is gonna make me cry.
You okay?
For Christmas, I got
Makes me think of my
acoustic
dad.
kit. And I remember
A little warm in these rhinos. When I got my second drums, or I guess my third drum set, 'cause I got the first one, then my uncle gave me one, and then I got another one when I graduated 8th grade because my parents were like, all right, he's serious, he's going to do this in high school. My dad popped me that drum set right
So my
there.
father would sit down
And he
show
said,
me
it's not allowed to leave the house
and
until
play
you
it,
get
and
cases.
He would pick up the bass and we'd jam. That's
And he held me to it. And there's a recording custom in the movie. Thrash! Keith Moon. Is he on here? No. I stopped making slash marks. That's pointless. I can't believe I didn't put Roger Taylor on my list. So lame.
I realised that trying to set at the back and just kept the beat, it was a bit too late. It was why I started wanting to play this.
When you realize that you have to haul all that shit everywhere every time they play a gig, yeah, that's when you realize you should have picked a different instrument. But then you play and realize you picked the right instrument.
I think that the really great drummers have that.
Word, Chad, word.
And when he would leave, I would sneak into his room on pain of death.
And you'd put your ball sack
I
on
would
his
sneak
drums.
into his room and get on there and try and do what he was doing.
Oh.
And actually, but I can do it.
Yeah.
This can't be right. I must be doing it wrong.
I picked up my what? He's like, "You're a fucking drummer, dude." And it was like,
Is it Griffith Observatory? I think so. Just a big ass drum circle. That probably sounds pretty crazy in there.
Dad was a drummer, and
Wow. Dude. Wow. What a fun place to be in.
When I do it because you fucking mean it. If not, go flip hamburgers.
I don't know, I'd like my burger flipper to also have some conviction, like, don't make my burger wrong, don't give me raw meat, like, it's still a skill. Appreciate the burger flippers of the world.
All my favourite drummers are American, who have learnt from English drummers.
Huh.
Probably learnt from American drummers.
Back and forth. That's tap dancing, baby.
What was the question?
I love this guy. I fucking love this guy. Here we go. Jazz, baby. Let's talk about it. Let me clear off some names on my fucking list.
And there's
Art Blakey, not on my fucking list. This is where it's going to bother me. Is there's going to be so many jazz drummers.
Because
Buddy Rich.
it doesn't get better.
I get Buddy. It's hard though, because I only have 25 spots. There's a lot of drummers, you know? It's hard to... Like, who are you going to pick? Ugh, this solo
you're able to make the music move and change and
off
grow.
that West Side Story.
You're able to interject
Unbelievable.
your ideas. And there's a beauty.
I bet many people don't even know they've been watching Cindy Blackman play drums since they were little kids. It's playing the Amen break.
Great Ginger Baker.
Not on my list.
Who is...
Beware, Mr. Baker.
It's all about John Bonham.
I'm a fucking idiot.
Led Zeppelin.
Not on my list. Boom. It's a bass drum. It's not a baritone drum. It's a bass drum. It's not a thud drum.
You know,
it's
like
a bass
thinking
drum.
Maybe some big
should make a
marching
bass
drum kind
tone.
of sound.
I got behind the drum set and I beat the shit out of it.
Huh.
And it was my release.
Beat the shit out of that China.
Take...
Oh my god, I remember this.
That to me was like, that's an arena band. That's what you want to be.
I love Roger Taylor, man. We didn't really have a choice, yeah. I don't remember a time where I wasn't a drummer, really.
I'd been listening to a lot of reggae anyway, and was already trying to figure out that it's totally wrong. The way that guy drummer, is doing on the drums.
It's all backwards.
Wrong.
It's all backwards.
No. But right.
The bass drums on 2 and 4. What's happening?
Play the backbeat and the downbeat at the same time. Who are you? I'm not doing so great, guys. I mean, there are a lot of...
about events.
Where are these people?
Keith Moon has an intro.
I legit
with the vocals.
thought...
He was having a good time, and disco was big back then. And I think he was the novice to disco.
I thought
and then to
that
see that he took this hi-hat part,
these guys were actors playing the musicians.
First verse, he reacts off the
I thought that was a reenactment. He's just channeling Keith Moon here. Full on possession.
And I think
when you get to your room, the first thing you want to do is just try it.
Well, let's face it.
You can't party 30 hours a day, 28 days a week.
Yeah, watch me. Hold my Coke. No, give my Coke back. Give it back. Give it back. I need it. I would play drums on the pillows, and then when wrestling came on, I would wrestle. All over that carpet and the couch. That was my childhood, was playing drums on the carpet and wrestling on the carpet.
So I was on a plane that day, I had notation paper, and I was listening to
Dude,
all the songs, notating.
I totally
and I was
did
like, I
that.
don't even need this. I know every song by heart.
I didn't know every song by heart, but I played a gig with sheet music in a punk band. It was weird.
Kidding me? I'm not going to this concert. Hell no, a girl drummer, Motley Crue, what?
Dicks.
And then by
Small
the
dick
end of the
energy.
concert, they would see the same people, and they would be like, she blew.
I can't even think of a reason why I started playing drums. I had to. I just had to play drums. I didn't do it to get laid. I mean, it helped later, but that wasn't the motivation. There was no motivation. It was just, I had to do that. I'm sure it's the same for a lot of people.
You know, I think that
There's never a reason. You
drummers
just
are
you're drawn to
are
it.
more.
Well, I think this is the end of the movie. We're just gonna have a little jam session. Almost. I'm amazed that Kenny Aronoff is not in this movie. And he was gonna be my bingo right there. And I'm also amazed that all these other drummers weren't even mentioned. Neil Peart, Hal Blaine, Vinnie Colaiuta, Greg Robinson, or J.R. Robinson. Like, I feel like this needs a sequel. Oh well. So that was cool. It was a fun movie. Had me touched me at a couple points, because I think every drummer has very fond, clear memories of their first drum set, and then any subsequent new important pieces of gear that they got. Because for years I didn't have a hi-hat, and then I finally got a hi-hat, and it was like
Continue to be better and a better bandmate and a better musician, a better songwriter.
blew everything open.
And just play as well.
Dude, show everybody talking drums. I'd love to play drums right now, but the baby's taking a nap. Both babies taking a nap.
It's the best feeling.
All right. Here we go. Okay. What's this? There's a cut scene at the very, very end. There's a scene, I think it's Chad Smith. He's probably going to say something funny.
How I go out, man. Just, you know.
What did... All right. Well, that's a very fun movie. That's very nice. I can relate to quite a bit of that. I think every drummer can. All right, stop. Oh my God. Stop it. So anyway, count me in. That was fun. I did not win at Ringo Bingo. I did actually pretty terribly. I'm amazed that some of these people aren't in this movie, but you know, I got a few. Kenny Aronoff, man, where were you? That was my bingo. All right, anyway, that's enough. Yeah, I don't know.